I found Narnia.
I wish I found Narnia. Could go. Could go for a
Could
Narnia.
give it a try.
Could give it a whirl. I always thought I would be pretty good at archery.
Okay,
So-
quick Narn.
Just chuck over to
shit,
Narn.
Just do a quick Narn run, you know.
Narn run. Well, because time does function differently in Narnia than it does in real life. So you could have a quick Narn
that's
run.
true.
You go to Narnia for like 50 years, come back, it's been 10 minutes. Like
That's it.
That's a quick Narn run.
Just a quick Narn run. I
Oh,
like it.
I appreciate our absurdist humour. I really do. Alright.
I'm just thinking naan bread. That's all I'm
I know. So, bit of garlic naan. Oh, could go.
Ooh, yeah, some
go.
garlic naan.
Could go.
thinking.
The question is,
alright.
how often can you justify getting Indian food? Because I only had Indian food maybe like 2 weeks ago. Can I justify 2 weeks
you
later? Yeah, is that an appropriate amount of time between me ordering from the same establishment, getting the same meal, like less
Yeah.
than 2 weeks later? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
fine.
I'm
When
supporting
it becomes
local
like
business.
twice a day.
Yeah,
that's when
true.
it's the problem.
That's a good point. You're not wrong. When you start drinking butter chicken sauce instead of water, that's when you know you may have a problem. Just maybe. All right, we all good to go, everyone?
Yeah,
We good to start?
started.
All
I've already
okay.
started recording.
Excellent. All right, let's do this. Hello and welcome to Thermal Talk, the official Thermal Take Australia podcast. I'm doing the voice again. What is this voice? On today's podcast, we're going to be discussing Microsoft's buyout of Bethesda, take another community topic on the new NVIDIA graphics card, so graphics card chat 2.0. And we're also going to chat about Amazon's new cloud streaming platform. As always, you're joined by me, your host Sarah, with a fresh haircut. And today I am also joined by the following people.
Yo! It's Jono.
Yo. It's Jill.
And we have a
And
surprise.
Alex.
Surprise Alex, I think.
Oh, should I reveal now?
When do you want to? Alex has. We don't know
Yeah,
what
I think this is good.
This will
is
be a
good time.
visual thing too. So if
Ready?
you are listening, you're going to miss out. You'll have to watch this when it comes out.
Yes.
But Alex has a reveal. Do you
I
want
feel
us
like
to,
I should put a face on, but I'm just gonna.
Do you want us to
just do
count you
it.
down or something? Or
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds good.
For,
I
what
feel
do we
like
do?
I want to record this. But
For your own. I mean, it is being
We're already recording it.
But Gillian
I
just
know,
wants her
but,
own.
yeah,
Her
we're
own
recording.
personal reference. Do we do 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9,
I'm
8?
ready. Just show me your thing.
3,
3, 2, 1.
1.
Reveal! Oh!
Who is it? What have you done with
Who is
Alex?
this imposter?
Oh my gosh.
My name's Fred. I'm actually Alex's brother.
Who's from New Zealand, apparently.
Oh my God.
Dude. Did you
Well,
get a
you
haircut
guys-
as well?
You guys are matching.
What do you think? Yeah, I'm matching Jono.
Oh my God.
I haven't done a haircut yet. Look at that.
It's crazy.
Quite long,
Wow.
actually.
Can you,
You look-
curl
Yeah.
them up? at
So
all, or-
different.
Yeah, I can.
Yes, that's what you got. That's half the
Oh
fun,
my
I
goodness.
imagine.
Perfect.
That's a chef's kiss right there.
It was so funny because I was shaving it. I'm like, oh, I might just leave my mo. Babe, what do you think? And she's like, yeah, it's not bad.
Whatever you want.
We'll go
You
with
look
it.
completely different.
I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like you
I'm
have
just
a
gonna
chin.
stare at you.
I'm,
I can see your teeth now. Like, I don't know why. I can see
I'm
your
10 again.
smile.
How long have you sported the beard for? How long has that been? the look?
at least 4 years.
Wow.
Like I haven't gone this short in 4 years, probably at least.
Get it out.
That is
So
impressive.
my skin's quite sensitive at the moment,
True.
without seeing any sort of sunlight for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's like white.
It's like a vampire emerging into the sunlight.
It actually looked like talcum powder was all on there. It was quite. There was a lot of dead skin.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Exfoliate
So
that
yeah,
out.
that's why I was like, babe, this is getting really bad. I should like make sure my skin's all nice again before I go into the surgery. So Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
How did Emma
cool.
react?
Yeah.
She
You
was
should
just
have
looked
the
at
thing with
me.
how the
I
you-
should have, but she
yeah.
was.
You know what I mean?
We did it late at night, and she was sleeping. So she woke up like a couple of times and was just like really dazed, and so I don't think she knew very what was going on, sort of. And then this morning we went into hospital, and I just got dropped off, and she was sort of just like looking at me like,
What is
guy.
that?
and then it wasn't until this afternoon. Even like when I got in the car this afternoon, she was just like. But
He sounds
she
the same. He smells the same.
apparently
Is he
she was
wearing a
supposed to be
different t-shirt?
asleep, and Esther woke her up to come pick me up, and then I think she was also half dazed, and then it wasn't until later when she got a bit more energy, she was like, "Daddy," and I was like,
Aw,
"Yes,
yes.
still knows who I am."
Oh, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
There you go. What a reveal. What a
That's
reveal to
cool.
start it off.
Was it worth it?
It
Worth
Yes.
was. That was great. I had a great time. That was so good.
Exclusive.
So if you're only listening to
Exclusive.
this, you'll have to hang out for the video when it comes out
Yeah.
and check to see Alex's new look.
Next week, or whenever next
Yes,
podcast,
we-
you
yeah.
won't have the mo.
slowly, slowly
Yeah.
shaving more. Anyway,
thinking about it.
how is everybody doing? How's everyone? How's things? How are we doing? Jono and Alex, you guys haven't been on for a little while. Especially Alex? It's been like, I think it's been like 2 months or something.
Yeah, it's a long time for me.
Dodging.
Long. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
it's been a while. I know. I've been like
Yeah.
trying to get Alex on, but he's a busy guy. He's a busy dude.
Yeah,
That's so good.
yeah, been busy. Hospital visits and stuff.
Uh,
I don't know what to say.
yeah, I just moved house, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I've moved out even further into the north. So
Slowly just moving to New South Wales at this point.
Yeah.
Just gradually.
as soon as those borders reopen,
You're just
going
gonna-
through. So now I'm, I think it's like about 67 or 70 k's from the office in the northern areas.
So there goes riding then, hey?
I can catch a V line and then ride in from the city. But,
That would be
What?
interesting.
yeah. But yeah, like I mean, there's V lines here, so there's not your normal metro trains. It's V lines.
Well, at least you can go to Geelong quick.
Yeah.
Can you?
It's
Or
still
get the
it's
transfer.
it's a from that V line. I'm actually not entirely sure if it goes straight to Geelong.
I feel like you have to
I'm not
transfer,
sure either.
surely.
Maybe, yeah, Melbourne Cross might have to.
Yeah, I think you would.
But driving, it's the same. It's like
Yeah.
only an hour to Geelong. But we're in amongst like the hills and mountains, which is something I enjoy. I like coming home and leaving and seeing massive
hills.
hills.
Our
And stuff.
life.
Yeah, it's just good. It's just good when you come home to see that sort of stuff rather than just like a million houses.
Yeah, nature. Back to nature. I imagine
Yeah,
it's
cool.
good for your bike riding too, surely.
Yeah,
Some
there's
good
lots of, like,
trails on-
Yeah, pretty much. From here, I can go in almost every direction in about an hour, and I can get to some mountain bike specific parks and trails and stuff. So
That's
that's
brilliant.
fun and that's
Yeah.
good.
Hell yeah.
That's what you want.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all I
Nice.
want. And internet. There's internet here.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's cool.
Good
Lovely. Very nice. And how about you, Jillian? How are you? Doing well? Doing good over there? Same old,
Yeah.
same old?
Same old, same old.
Same old.
How's your
Nice.
printer?
Nice.
Printer's good.
Week. Oh, no. I was going to smash it the other day.
It's a whole thing. We're just opening a massive can of worms right there with the
Yeah.
printer.
It just keeps
Sorry to
getting
ask.
jammed. Like, seriously, it's bloody annoying.
Yeah, damn
really-
printers.
Punched it the other day. I was just like, stop it.
That's why I just live the no printer life. Don't have to worry about that kind of nonsense.
Office works, boy.
That's it. That's it. Someone else's problem if that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I have to like travel 35 minutes for my nearest office works. Ooh. I'm gonna go print something. I'll be back tomorrow, honey.
Send
Make a day
fax mail
trip out of
after
it.
work.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. Well, I guess we'll just jump on to our first topic of the day for the podcast. So this happened a little while ago, about a week ago. About a week ago. So
About a week ago.
out of nowhere, in my opinion, I think some people were saying they saw this coming. I did not see this coming at all. So Microsoft just kind of randomly was like, "Oh, hey, we bought Bethesda." And I was so surprised by this. I don't know why. I just didn't see this coming. But yeah, so technically they bought ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda, and then Bethesda has a bunch of other studios that they own. And so Microsoft has inherited all of these studios, including Arcane Studios, who do the Dishonored games, obviously the Bethesda game studios that do Skyrim and Fallout, id Software, who do Doom, Machine Games, who do the Wolfenstein series. So a ton of studios have been inherited under the Microsoft umbrella now. And I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it. It was bought out for, I think it was six. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it was like 6.5 mil or something like that. And I don't know why, but I felt
6.5 bill.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, but even then, I still feel like that doesn't seem like that much. I don't know why. It's just like, oh, come on, Bethesda, you're worth a bit more.
It's quite a lot.
It is, but I don't know. I feel like you made Skyrim, which is on freaking microwaves. Like, come on, dude. You can get a little bit more. But anyway, I know you guys none of you guys are really huge followers of game companies or anything like that. This is definitely an episode I we need a tailor for, I think. But anyway, I do thought we could still chat a little bit about it and whether you guys think this was a good deal, a good move for Bethesda as a game studio. And what do you guys think this will mean for Bethesda games specifically on other platforms such as PlayStation? Because they're in their statement that they kind of put out about it, they did say that, you know, Bethesda games will still be coming to consoles, PCs, but they specifically didn't mention Sony in that it would still, so it kind of makes you wonder, like, are they going to stop putting them on Sony, or are they going to lose a bit of money of that? Like, what's the deal there? Because, you know, people play Skyrim and these things on PlayStation too. So yeah, do you guys think this was a good deal, and what do you guys think this will mean for Bethesda games in future going forward?
Rip PlayStation.
I mean,
it's good for us. I mean, we're PC gamers, so
yeah, no, we're not really affected in any way, to be honest.
So next topic, but
Moving on.
no, it's great. I think. Well, to be honest, look, if you're on the PlayStation side of things, I'd be worried. But I don't know. They could be really nice. All this cool DLC stuff, y'all getting that? We're gonna keep this exclusive to like Microsoft. So like they'll have like, you know, licensed maybe consoles, or they might have special editions of games or special DLC content, kind of like the whole Marvel thing and what Sony and what's the name? Disney? Marvel?
Square Enix. Oh, Marvel.
Yeah.
Square Enix made it, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so like, you know, like how they have
They
specific
have that
DLC.
relationship.
Yeah, and like I think that might happen here, but I don't think they'll like stick it to the PlayStation users. I think that's like the wrong way to go about it, because you ultimately you would want to win them over, right? You would want the reason why you'd buy this is, you know, create really cool stuff and drive people to your platform. And you wouldn't do that by, you know, sticking like a gigantic sledgehammer between them and saying, well, screw you, you're not getting the games unless you buy a console. Because that just makes people hate you more.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like generally you would revolt and go the other way. So what they could do is just sort of do the exclusive stuff and then make it extremely tempting to grab the Microsoft platform, whether that be a PC or an Xbox. Is what I
Do
think.
similar what Epic did with Rocket League and offer a $10 gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was handy for me. Well, $15.
Yeah, Jillian.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
did
why.
well.
Why did I get 15? I don't know why.
I think it's just the conversion.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's good. I was able to buy Tony Hawk $15 cheaper. So that
They
was
got
a
it.
win-win for me. And I hardly use Epic Games, so there you go.
Yeah.
Got your attention though, and was
Yeah.
able to get you to use the platform now.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah,
half the battle.
Yep.
So yeah, I would definitely agree with Jono there. If they can sort of swing it that way, where they can entice people to come over to their platform, that would be really cool. And that I don't believe that they should, cut off Sony or PlayStation altogether. I mean, PC gamers, we can't really say much. Just, as long as we're staying on PC, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly right. It's very true.
Yeah. I don't think they will cut off completely. So like what Jono said, I think they'll do that. They'll just have some special DLC kind of packages or whatever they're called.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Or
I think
like
it's
the discount. Who knows?
Yeah, it'd be so weird. It'd be frustrating, actually, being a PlayStation user to not be able to play the games that you love. Imagine buying a console in mind, like saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy this and then I'm going to be able to play the latest Skyrim or whatever. And it's like, Elder Scrolls and then Doom or whatever. And then it'd just be taken away from you. Like, that would suck so much.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like
they
right
could
now, it's a bit dangerous because it's the new consoles and everyone's like
Yeah.
placing pre-orders. Like all the people who just
Yeah.
placed a pre-order for a PlayStation 5, what are they feeling right now? Why would you
Save your
announce-
money.
It's
Buy
like,
a PC.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, unless you're like,
well, yeah, that's logic. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, the thing is, I suppose it comes from a place of Sony is very good at exclusives. They'll have entire studios that will only make games for them and their platform. Whereas Xbox has definitely been like lacking a bit on that front of exclusives, I suppose. Like in contrast, their exclusives are like not even close to as many as Sony has. So yeah, I do wonder if where they could take it, because in theory, if they do have access to all these new IPs and all these new game developing companies that have have their own projects and fan bases that's already there, like I feel like it would be silly to not take advantage of that in some way though. Like I just don't know what way, like whether you're like you're saying, like it'll be you only get the special DLC if you're playing it on the new Xbox Series X, or encouraging people to do it. Because, like, let's be honest, Sony is pretty, like, they're pretty on it with stuff like deals for things, for their platform. Like, they're pretty, like, I'm not meaning this in a bad way, but they're pretty savage about it. Like, even like Call of Duty, for example, they've had special deals with Activision and, Call of Duty games for quite a few years now, where they will get beta access first. They'll get the game a week early, things like that. Like, I remember when Modern Warfare 2 Remastered came out, because that's my favorite Call of Duty campaign. So I was excited for that. And I found out that it came out on PlayStation a month before it would come out on PC. And I was like, that's freaking annoying. Of course, I waited for it to be on PC. But, Sony are like on it. They're like, any way they can encourage that, that one person who's on the fence to go, oh, I can't wait for a month, I'll just go buy a console, they'll do. And I feel like Xbox hasn't been as like ruthless when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, as savage as once again, not meaning it in a negative way. I'm meaning it in a TikTok swag way. I don't know. But yeah, like, so yeah, I'm curious to see. Julian, you're making fun of me for being a boomer.
No, I was doing the savage dance. I don't know.
Oh,
how to
I
do
don't
it. I'm
know
the boomer.
I don't even know. I heard somebody once insulted me on Twitch by saying they were going to 1v1 savage dance me and like gonna crush me in the savage dance 1v1. I swear they were speaking a different language. I was like, what are you talking about? What does this mean? I don't understand.
Well, you got owned.
I did. I didn't even
He
realize.
underscore
I was so confused.
Didn't realize. Got owned.
Psyched you out already.
I was like, yeah, whatever, man, you win. I have no idea what you're saying. Never felt like my mum more in my life than in that moment where I was like, oh my God, I'm the old one now. I don't understand what's going on.
It's happening.
It's
What are these
happened.
kids saying?
I know how I feel.
So yes, but yeah, I feel like I know I don't think they're going to turn around and be like the next Elder Scrolls is Xbox exclusive. However, I do feel like it would be I don't know. I feel like why wouldn't you do something like that? Maybe not that, but I feel like if Sony is so on it, I feel like surely it would be it'd make business sense to have something to be exclusive to you in a way.
Unless they release it first, and then Sony has to release it like later on, and
Yeah.
they could do that like they do with PC.
More staggered releases. Yeah, I mean that would encourage people to go buy an Xbox, I think, because people are
Yeah.
impatient.
It is. It's an interesting one because it's not such a ruthless tactic or anything. It's not like an asshole move. It's kind of just like subtle, but it's enough to like drive you mad if you were like,
Yeah.
if you were really like, just say I wanted to get exactly a game and then 30 days wait. Or
Yeah, like the
even
next,
14 days.
I was going to say the next Doom is going to be on console first. I was like, hang on, Jono still hasn't got the second Doom, and it's been out for like 6 months. So what am I talking
Actually-
about? Jono doesn't care.
So it's so funny because like Doom Eternal is going to come to the Nintendo Switch soon, and Star just bought one. So I'm like, ooh,
Do I get it on the Switch?
do I really like get the PC pinnacle game and just play it on a
Play it
Switch?
on a Switch.
Maybe I will. But
Oh, that's
See what
painful.
happens. Oh gosh,
Disappointing.
I wonder why. It's just the ease of Switch, I guess. You can play it on the TV. You can play it on the thingy.
yeah, it's just like
I don't
super like I don't know because I sit here with the Switch anyway. If I sit on the couch, I can have Star next to me. We can.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit more inclusive or this around. And I don't, and she won't sort of feel that I'm like, I'm off to the man cave and just going to play on the PC. Whereas over here, it's literally another room, but it's not that bad, but it just feels a little bit more isolating. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. I really want it though, but I still haven't bought it.
I mean, I think that is always the issue with PCs. They are personal computers. They don't have that sort of. You can't really crowd around the PC and play a game. It doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't work in the same way.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same feel.
No, it doesn't, does it? It's really
No.
interesting in that respect. It doesn't have that same vibe. The vibes are off.
Just the vibe of the thing.
Let me check your vibe. But yes. So at the moment it says that they're not entirely clear. It's saying that it's, not saying that it's not going to be on PlayStation, but it is definitely something people are thinking about that, does this mean there's going to be Bethesda games exclusive to one console or to PC? It won't go on to the other ones. And it'll be curious. I'm curious to see where it goes, like how it pans out, where they end up going with it. Because I don't know, for me, if I'm going to approach it from a business standpoint, I feel like if you've just spent all this money on this studio, you got to get your return. And like, part of that would be knowing that these games will bring people to your platform over another one. And so releasing everything evenly across all the platforms and your competitor, to me, doesn't make a whole lot of business sense because you've just spent this money on this, you want a good return. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they take it. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yes.
Only time will tell. Cool. All right, let's move on to our second segment of the day. This is our community topic again.
Community topic.
That's the one where you in the community, you, I'm talking to, you can send us things to talk about. Oh, I pointed at Jono assaulted you, but I just was pointing at you.
No, just internet high five,
Was it?
I went
It looked
like
more
this,
like a
she was
slow
poking me.
slap, to be honest. You're just like, yeah. Yes, I lost my train of thought with all the hand gestures.
Can we like high five
Community topic.
through the
Can we?
Who's-
Well,
Well,
I have. No, you got to go the other way, Jono. Like you
yeah, I
do
was
for
gonna
me.
say.
Yeah.
Jillian, you got to come the non-printer way. This
You're
way.
the other way for me.
Yes, well, there we go. That works. The
Ah,
video
so-
works. It's just for the
That
video.
worked for me.
We made it work. Anyway, I'm so glad we did that visual thing on this audio,
Same.
audio-based thing. Anyway, community topic is a thing where you, the viewer, the individual, the person watching or listening, can tell us what to talk about. You can do that by joining our Discord, which is the Then We'll Take Community ANZ, Then We'll Take ANZ Community Discord, which is linked in
Nailed
the
it.
description or to the sidebar, or it'll be somewhere. Feel free to jump in and join and let us know what you want us to talk about. This week we're doing a bit of a carry on from last week. So this is like a two-parter. Last week was part 1 and this is part 2. So you've come back for Endgame, kind of thing. It's great. So this was from our boy Danny. Here comes Danny. He wanted us to talk about, discuss the current trends around consumerism and technology, how everyone is jumping on the 30X series bandwagon like they did with the 20 series cards, and how this can negatively affect the market and consumers. So, when we last talked in the last episode, that was actually before, I'm pretty sure, before they released. So they released in the week between, in the interim of our episodes. And so I want to talk to you guys, about your thoughts about it first, because Alex and Jono, neither of you were here for the last one. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the cards, if you were on the hype train, if you didn't really care, whatever. And then I also wanted to specifically focus on what Danny said about consumerism. Because these cards, when they freaking launched, it was insane. I've not really paid attention to a card launch before. It was like a 1D concert or something. Like, it all sold out, and there was all this for people were getting up at 6 a.m. and
Crashes.
refreshing, and oh my gosh.
Yep.
And I was like, I just didn't see this coming for a card, like a graphics card. Like I said, you think about it, and it's going to be like a concert or something that there are tickets for. Like, no, it's this. And I was just like, I was feeling my age once again. But anyway, so yeah, and it was a whole thing, and NVIDIA apologized for the limited supply and things like that. And yeah, it was a whole thing. So so first, Alex, Jono, what were your feelings around the new NVIDIA cards? Were you hyped for them? Were you not really fussed? How'd you guys feel
They
about
marketed it well.
They did.
They marketed it well.
They really did.
I was super hyped for it, as much as I would be, mostly because I'm in the midst of putting together my new build, or parting together my new build, in the process of it. And so this was something that I was really keen for, actually hanging out for before I built my computer. And to hear that it could have up to 2 times the 2080 Ti was like actually insane.
Yeah.
Like, that just blew my mind, the thought that they have been able to leap so far into the future, or so far with just this next generation, was sort of actually similar to what I was talking about last time. Maybe is that like companies, if there was no money involved, would they be able to advance technologically much faster? And I feel like that's sort of what this has been, but it's almost been like a push from the opposite team, AMD. And I think that NVIDIA is a little bit worried about what AMD is bringing, as to why they wanted to market it so highly and like be like, yeah, it's going to be up to 2 times the 2080 Ti, and it's going to be $1,000 less. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like,
This is unlike
then there was-
NVIDIA.
but then there was that. Yeah, I know, exactly. Like, no one expected that, right? Usually it's like, 20 to 30%, give or take, increase from the previous generation. And that's pretty standard across most computer parts. Any generation, any next generation is going to be about that percentage. And I think that's still in line with Moore's law. I don't actually follow that very well, but I was like, this is it. This is the time to upgrade. And then I was just watching Jsu Sense video about how everyone's quite disappointed with
Yeah.
the 3080s, and they're not actually reaching that hype of performance or that marketing performance. I mean, I think their keyword was up to, right? Which is
That's
very
crafty.
frustrating, and I think it's something a lot of teams use, is that up to, and I guess there is a lot of variation in different games, and they can only really say that. They can't say a specific, this is going to be 2 times
Well,
the performance.
yeah. When you market a product, you need to make it the best it can be. So you need to use words that can help highlight that. And it's it's a bit devilish, but that's just how it works.
Yeah.
The way it is.
But
I think I feel like they had to be a bit more realistic, though. Like that would, I don't know. I'm not a marketing guru. I'll leave that to you guys.
I mean, like, honestly, if they came out and said, "Oh, it's actually only like 10% better," like, how does that sound?
Yeah,
Would
there
you
wouldn't
buy
be
it?
as much hype. Or like, see, this is like my thought is like, what if they did that, and then when people bought it, they realized it was like heaps better than what they were gonna get, what they thought it was gonna be. Would that encourage more people to get it? Or because I'm all for limiting what you're expecting people to be expecting. So, like, for example, if we're half an hour away from a destination, would you prefer to know that we're half an hour away, or say we're an hour away and then get there in half an hour?
I guess like the difference would be you're already going there. You don't always have to. You don't have to upgrade, and so
Exactly.
like, for people to want to upgrade, like for people to spend money, they want to get double performance or get as much as they can. And I do understand like the whole like you buy it and then you get disappointed because it doesn't actually achieve those results.
What you thought it would.
And that's a different story because that's when the money's already passed through, and it's just like, well,
That's true.
well,
We felt for it.
we've got your money.
Got it.
We
Yeah.
said up to. We didn't actually say it would.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's
It
like,
would.
tragic.
Up to 2 times performance in Minesweeper.
Yeah, like
On Microsoft Excel.
that's what everyone. That's what the cool kids play anyway.
That's
Why not?
right. Yeah. Space Invaders.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I've never really been the one to go back to what you were saying as well, Sarah, with like pre-orders and staying up at midnight for a launch. That has happened. I think the first like real big ones that happened for may have been the 10 series from NVIDIA. And then they did it again for the 20 series. And then now it's just like multiplied by, or the magnitude is huge just due to COVID and the PC industry actually growing substantially because of, that's what all you can do is play games at home or
that's
whatever.
it.
And other people are starting side hobbies that they never really got the chance to. But like the whole thing is big and everyone does stay up, and it's kind of like a really cool, it can be a really exciting experience. But I wouldn't say it's anything too new. I do think it's really good that they do the raffle system instead of just straight out like buy. I think the other thing for us here locally, they did the M-Wave were the only ones to be able to get the Founders Edition cards.
Something like that.
Yeah, and so like that was something silly to get excited about because I mean they do look pretty cool. So
They do. They do.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
but like, and what you were saying, Alex, is how if there was no money involved, I don't think like they would even be bothering going further with technology. But I do like in terms of competition is what drives them to do better. NVIDIA haven't had competition for so long,
Yeah.
and I honestly think they've had the capacity to do this years in advance, but they haven't. There's no need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why why spend all this money going 15% more and when they can just etch in with 5% and still be better and still get more money and then do it
Exactly.
again next year and do it again the year after that. So it's actually this is a big jump. It's still not as big as I claim. It's still pretty
Yeah.
big. So I'm interested to see what the big Navi will do from AMD.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I'm not actually like too excited about the cards. I'm really excited about the secondhand market. Actually,
That's fair.
I'm so excited for people who are wanting to get into a PC, like build a PC and go secondhand, because you can pick up some incredibly awesome deals, like a 1080 for $300 or 250 Australian. Like that's incredible, especially considering everyone's just going to play on a 1080p monitor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to buy
Yeah.
a 3080 and play on a 1080p.
That's the thing, though, as well. Like, because all it is adding extra frames. And I was saying this to, like, I've just come to realize, like, it doesn't really matter if you get an extra 20 frames, right? All that matters is you can play the game.
Yeah.
And if you have to lower the detail, who cares? Like, it doesn't even matter in the end. And it's like, well, I'm not a professional gamer. Why do I need the best of the best? Why do I need to upgrade every year? Why do I need to get this top end system that's going to cost me my arm to be able to play games? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
a
get
bit
that
like,
clout,
just-
man.
Oh yeah,
That's
of
it.
course. Oh, I didn't think of that.
Ah,
the
see?
cloud.
That's important.
clout. It's super important.
That's
Such
it.
an odd one. I mean, like
I think-
the RAM and stuff, like the GDR6 and having huge amounts of it is very beneficial for some different sides of things in terms of production. And I think that's really cool. And being able to work with larger files and supporting 8K video and 4K with the 8K with the 3090, that sort of stuff for content creators. But for gamers, I don't know. I'd rather, like, even professional esports players don't really play with max graphics.
A lot of them turn everything down to low, so you can get even more
just
frames.
to push out the frames.
So
And I
it's
think
like-
then
Yeah.
I think then it matters more about the CPU, right?
Yeah, yeah. If
Probably.
you go on 1080 and stuff, but
Hmm.
yeah, like it's not really. I don't know. It's an interesting one because you don't have to, and this is not to, like, crap on consoles or anything. Even though they're advancing and their graphics are getting way better, you don't actually really have to invest too much into a graphics card to equal a console or make it greater.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand why everyone wants to have the greatest and the best graphics or more frames when it really doesn't make sense. Like, once you go above 100 frames or 80 frames, what are you really gaining?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm still on DDR2.
Ah, there.
Yeah, it's good. God damn.
He actually uses a Microsoft IntelliPort mouse with the ball.
Oh, I used those are great. I
found one,
I had a
actually.
dodgy one. The ball always freaking fell out. And it was
Yeah.
so annoying.
You could put like marbles or something in there, right? You could
Probably.
cheat. And just-
Blueberries in
like-
there.
Blueberries. That
I've
was
just got a snack.
Yeah.
game
Up to
and a
200
Put a couple
DPI.
in there. Put a couple in there, so then you're just like, oh, new snake.
There's some forward thinking there, Julian.
Alex is anti-consumerism.
Well, I'm starting to learn how much it is affecting us and our mindset on things and our mindset on buying things. Like, really, what is this new product going to bring to your life, and how is it going to change your gaming? Really,
Does it spark joy?
Yes.
does it spark joy?
Does it spark
Yeah.
joy?
If not,
Don't do
It's
it.
worth it.
End of story.
Chuck it out.
That's it.
NVIDIA's
Don't
there
even-
like,
don't even
yes,
get
it does. You need it.
That's why if anything new comes out, I'm always the last one to buy it. If I jump on buying it, or I just wait until it gets cheaper. That's why I'm not too. I don't care really that much for like the best and the better thing of anything, unless it's I need it. Like unless it's something I really need.
Like the Ferrari you bought last week.
yeah.
I needed it.
It was important. Gotta go fast. Okay.
Gotta go fast.
And a ninja motorcycle that I bought.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like-
My
think
crow
that's it.
friends are back. So
Yes,
you
I've
guys
been
hear that?
hearing birds too. And I'm like, what is that? Is someone whistling at me? It's just the birds.
no, and the last podcast, you could hear the crows. They sit on my neighbor's roof, and they just look over at me, and I'm like, hey, and they're just like,
So,
how you
what
going?
up?
And then we just sort of say hi to each other. So sorry if you hear any crows. It's just my friends being like, where is she? The window's gone. What's going on?
Tapping on the window.
They're just very they're very confused, I imagine. All right, cool. We're going to jump on to our final topic of the day then. This one I just thought was quite interesting because I was low-key obsessed with Google Stadia. I don't know if you guys followed the Google Stadia thing when they came out, but I found it the most interesting thing in the world. It didn't do very well, but like I still found it very... I'm just one of those people who loves to watch the world burn. I just kind of went, this is going to be awful, let's watch. Anyways, so I recently saw that Amazon has, not that I have to explain what Amazon is to anyone, but if you're somehow living under a rock, Amazon has announced their new gaming cloud streaming gaming platform. That'll do.
Yup.
Called
Yeah.
Luna. And I just thought this was really interesting because apparently, once again, just like Bethesda and Microsoft, everybody knew about this but me. I didn't know this was coming. Apparently, everyone knew that this Amazon game streaming platform was existing, and I'm just here like, what? So I got completely blindsided by it. But I was really fascinated by this because I'm not going to lie, I didn't really think anyone else would look at Google Stadia's pile of ashes on the floor and go, yep, let's go with that. But apparently Amazon did. And I mean, if anyone's going to pull it off, I suppose it's going to be Amazon. And I don't think it'll be too much of a hit to the bank if they don't. But yeah, so basically they announced their new cloud streaming platform, Luna, which it looks kind of similar to Google Stadia. However, you don't buy individual games. You kind of subscribe to channels in a similar kind of Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever kind of way, and you subscribe to a channel and that'll give you a variety of games within that channel. They also announced that Ubisoft is going to be working with them and doing a specific Ubisoft channel where there's going to be all the Ubisoft games. So yes, currently it's going to be $6 a month for this early access phase, which we can't do because we're in Australia, so boo to us. And then apparently it looks like different channels are going to be a different price and things like that, and you pay for each channel as you want to use them, and you get all the titles that are in it. So it looks like a really interesting way of going about it. Not, you don't buy individual games, you buy a channel which gives you an allotment of games. And yeah, I just thought this seemed really interesting. So I wanted to know, what are you guys' opinions on cloud streaming platforms? Do you think that there's something that would is this going to be the future of gaming? Do you think we're not going to, just like Netflix, we're going to have a subscription, play what's on there, and we won't buy individual titles anymore? Or do you think this is just never going to work?
I don't know. This is weird. Like, I have no idea about it.
Yeah,
Didn't even know Google had something.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know how you missed it. That was just the whole thing for a while there. Because there was the Stadia ad that went a bit viral for not really the best reasons, for just being the weirdest, wankiest ad ever. And it just didn't answer any questions. There was this guy, they were going through different places. And I just remember them being on a boat.
I remember it.
At one point, and then they were running through trying to find the internet or something, or it was really confusing. And I felt like I was on drugs. I was like, what are you telling me, Google?
Yeah. Was there something to do with going through portals sort of things as well?
You kept going different places.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know.
It's super
I
weird.
think the
It's
Amazon
what are you
one,
doing?
Yeah, I don't know what they were going for, but they completely missed the mark with it. And then Stadia just did not do very well. People were not happy with it. And yeah, the Amazon ad, I think, is a much better attempt at basically the same ad that actually gives you some sort of indication of what the hell you're going to look at. But so basically you get a little device, and you can connect that with your screens, and that's it. You can use, with Luna anyway, you can use mouse, keyboard, controller, and there is their own little controller as well. But yeah, I mean, do you guys ever see yourself getting on board with this kind of stuff?
Is it that you offload your gaming system to the cloud?
I don't know.
Is that what this is? Or is it more that you get the library of games from Amazon?
Yes.
so.
Like I said, it's basically
Yeah.
like Netflix,
Okay.
but with games.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
that's
the
what
best
I
way
was
I
Yeah,
can
okay.
describe
about.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it is
So that's
heavily
like,
on your internet as well. Relies heavily on
Origin,
that.
Yeah,
Origin,
I know what you're talking.
what's it called?
Their membership.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
I can't
membership
remember.
one.
They're
Yeah.
changing it
Yeah.
now too. They're changing the name for that as well. So don't even worry
Oh.
about trying to
What?
remember.
I
'cause
won't
you
bother,
need
yeah.
it. Yeah, they're changing
Yeah,
it
okay.
anyway.
It's just Origin.
I love the concept. I love the concept. I think it's a really good way to be able to basically ad hoc your games, ad hoc your game list, and not have to worry about buying individual games. I think that's really good. I think we may have talked about this quite early on. For some reason, I remember us talking about it.
We may have
how
talked about Google Stadia
we
when
may-
it came out.
Yeah, I think we related it to Origin membership as well, about how we could, how it might be bad for individual developers or indie developers,
Yeah.
but then having this tiered structure of categories with Luna, I think that would sort of almost fix that issue.
Good point. Yeah, I like the channel idea. I think that's a more interesting way than, because that's very true. Individual creators might be, oh, my crow friends are back. They might be the ones to miss out, on having to up their, putting it on this platform. They might lose out a bit more. So yeah.
Yeah. If it gets as popular as like Netflix has, then that will start happening. And then more and more companies will start making these types of streaming apps. For me, it's a cool idea. If I was a gamer, like buying a lot of games and all the time, then yeah, it would be something cool to get. But I just buy like one game in the blue moon here and there, and that's it.
Play it for days,
Yeah.
Yeah,
play it for
and
years.
I stick to it. Yeah,
You're good.
I stick to it. I'm fine. And yeah, that's pretty much. So I doubt that I would spend the monthly subscription for that. And it's also that also another monthly subscription of something that
That's
I
it.
try to stay away from. Like I already have Spotify, I already have Binge or Netflix and stuff,
Netflix, yeah.
and I wouldn't want to add another thing on top.
Because
I think the idea behind it though is that you basically are setting aside your money for those games, right? Instead of having to buy them outright. So if you imagine you buy 2 or 3 titles, AAA titles that are brand new for what, $80, that's probably the cost of the subscription over a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just
I
find
like
it a
it.
waste for me.
Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I'm the same like as Jillian, where I don't really buy games, but I just play one for a while. I think it'd be interesting though. Like, I like the idea of it, and I think it's really cool. But you'd have to lure me in with a game that I really want to play, and it's on that platform. So I subscribe to the platform, and then it could introduce me to other games, and then I might see the value in sticking around because, like,
Yeah.
oh, like it's a new game, and oh, this is cool, and I can play this, and it adds variety, and
Yeah.
it's just yeah. I guess like you'd need some really good games in there,
Yeah.
but like I do see it being fantastic in that regard. Like, I'd pay $80 for a game once a year if I pay that, maybe twice that amount, and I get to play like 8 games. I would see value in that. And so for people who already do that, like for people who buy games all the time, or for people who even subscribe to those humble bundles and get 25,000 keys a year that they never use,
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
give away on Facebook groups every week, like I see that as a perfect value. So just subscribe to that sort of thing. Why did the Google one like flop? What happened? Did they not have any cool games, or?
I think there was
I thought that was more of a streaming thing, like as in offloading your
Yeah, that's
gaming,
what I
like
thought.
your GPU, your CPU to another service. I think that's what it was.
it was a bit different. Yeah, think this
Like
one
it was
is
slightly different. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like, yeah. Then this is basically that Origin thing, but
Mm.
with a bigger library of games,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Like I see this being pretty exciting. I'm
Yeah.
pretty interested in it. It would need something really big, like a Halo or a Gears of War or a Battlefield or a COD for me to be like, oh, I'll try that out. But
Yeah.
once I was there, I could see it holding me there, and I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
It'd be
because you need to
cool.
have like almost this specific point where there's like new games being released and they're exclusively on this platform or something. Because otherwise, it's like you already have your gaming library. What more games do you need on this platform to warrant you switching from
Split
buying
it up
your own
into-
titles to
Yeah.
buying a subscription every month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree with Jono. There needs to be some sort of catch, or a couple of games that needs to lure you into getting a subscription in the first place that you don't have and have always wanted to play. But I don't see that many gamers would be doing that. They wouldn't have many games that they want to play that they don't have.
Yeah.
So yeah, they need to do it something with releasing when several good games are being released. Yeah, that's my thought.
I wonder if they'll do like a 30-day trial or a week trial or something.
That would be
Or
cool.
if you can have like multiple people using that account like you would with Netflix. That'd be cool.
That would be
A
interesting.
family type
Yeah.
sharing
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And they can just add that, like up the price, maybe like $11 or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they definitely need like a constant stream of cool games that come out. Because like for us, Star and I, like we've cancelled Netflix accounts like every 3 months. Same with Stan and Disney. And it's only when a show comes out that we're like, all right, we'll get this service. We only have one service at a time too.
It's a good
generally,
rule,
and
to be
so-
honest.
Nice. Yeah.
Because that way, you don't need to have Stan, Binge, or Disney Plus or Netflix at the same time,
Yeah.
and you'll watch the show, and then it'll be done, and there'll be nothing on there because they do bring out some stuff, but I find that I'm not interested in most of the stuff, and Star
Yeah.
the same. So
It's a good way to do it.
kind of be like that for this thing where, as long as like a really good big game is coming out every 2 to 3 months, even maybe even more frequently than that, and like multiple games, then I think it could be a very good service. But otherwise, exactly. How do you get if they've already got like if they're just gonna do a whole bunch of old games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I
What's the
wouldn't.
incentive?
Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, here's Tomb Raider, and it's like sick, man. Cool.
I can find it on Steam for like
Yeah.
$7.
$7. Yeah.
I got it for free
Yeah.
a little while ago.
Mm.
Steam.
Yeah, so it'd be
it's true.
interesting to see. Like, I don't think they should go the route of exclusives. I think that might be a little bit too expensive, and I think
Yeah.
that'd be silly. I think like to do that sort of thing, to spend so much money on a brand new platform and make it an exclusive, and then I don't think that would be enough to lure people in. Unless it was
That
like
could deter them.
the next COD, but that's some big coin that I don't think they'd ever have.
Yeah. I think for me, the biggest hurdle I feel with any sort of streaming cloud-based thing is going to just be the fact that not every country has the best internet. And like sometimes my internet struggles to stream a show. I can't even begin to imagine how it would do with an entire game. Like if you're putting massive, I think, a bunch of Ubisoft games are going to be on there. So I'm assuming games like Assassin's Creed, some of those Assassin's Creed games are enormous. And like, it does add that extra element of like, well, if you're downloading a game on Steam, it's already downloaded, it's fine. Once you're done, it's not doing anything else with your internet. But with this, I'm assuming, the way the cloud's going to work, you're going to need a pretty stable internet connection, I imagine, for almost majority of the time using it. Although it does say about you can use it on the go and wherever you're going as well,
Yeah.
which I find also quite interesting. Like, you know, I'm curious how well it'll go trying to, you know, stream a game like Assassin's Creed on your 5G on the bus. Like, I'm curious to see how it handles that. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know a lot of the technical sides of things like that. But that's my biggest concern with any cloud streaming type things is how is the internet going to handle that? To be honest.
So that makes it seem like it's more of a offloading the gaming off to their servers.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's like a hybrid. Wonder if it does like multiple things.
You can do both. Like you can download it onto your system, or you can
Or-
use their
Stream the cloud sort of.
their servers,
when
their
you
gaming
use their
servers.
servers, it's like capped to like 1080p or something.
Yeah.
And if you were to store the data on your PC, it could be
It could
whatever.
it could
full
be like,
resolution,
you know, with
2K,
Spotify, how you
4K.
can download the song if you want to listen offline, similar kind of way.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. Very interesting idea. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
From a
I
guy that doesn't
definitely
really
do.
play a lot of games. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I like the idea of it in a way because I like that whole the Netflix type idea of there's a bunch of things and you pay for all these and you can have access to all of them. But for me, I just don't know how well it'll translate for anyone who's a PC gamer because I just feel like storage is getting cheaper than ever. So downloading games isn't really that big of a deal. You know, SSDs are getting really cheap. Like, it's not really a huge deal to download a big game and have it on your system all the time. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I guess the well, that's why I installed that disgustingly oversized game. I feel like the people who love things like the Switch, I think will love cloud streaming service software stuff. I think it's a similar audience that would enjoy that. It's just the case of getting that audience over, I suppose, because I feel like PC audience won't be that interested. I don't know. I don't think anyway.
Yeah,
We're too elitist for that kind of stuff.
So yeah, I think it is more that it offloads your computer performance to their servers. So for Australia, I know that's going to be quite a big issue because of our ping and our network, our NBN. So I'm guessing basically if you don't have very good internet, you're not going to be able to get it, and you're not going to be able to play.
Exactly.
I think that was probably one of the reasons why the Google one wouldn't have done so well, is because of how little people have good internet connections or good enough internet connections that there's like little latency between between components like keyboard and mouse and the game. So having that even 10 milliseconds can be quite noticeable.
Quite annoying.
And quite annoying, exactly.
Yeah.
So that would be my con against this sort of a service. I would much prefer it to be where you can download the games to your computer and just play them off your computer if you have the capabilities of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always my concern about any of these. It's it's a great concept, but America's internet, for example, United States of America, their internet is insane compared to pretty much mostly everywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I do feel like they're definitely not keeping in mind that not everyone gets like freaking 200
Gigabit.
upload or whatever their ridiculous numbers are. What am I sitting on? Like 3. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm curious to see where they go with it in future, and I think it is a good idea, but I just don't think the way that the world works with the internet right now that it's a really
Something, yeah.
I
It'll
don't
be
think it's-
something. It was something huge probably in the future when internet is even better.
Yeah. It could be cool in the future, I think.
but I don't think we're quite there yet.
Yeah. It's... Yeah.
It's cool that you can use it on Mac. So like if someone's got a Mac,
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
they can
I do
play on
like that idea as well. Sorry, you go, Jillian.
No, sorry, I finished.
Relating it back to consumerism and basically not needing to upgrade your system a whole lot as well. I I really like that idea. How they basically, as long as they keep their gaming server farm up to date, we can get the benefits from that. I really like that, and not having to go out and purchase upgrades for your computer every year just so you can play the latest game. I really like that.
Yeah, that would be a really cool benefit.
Yeah, but as I said, I think the latency, even just in Australia,
It's going to be
Suck.
yeah, we need to wait for NBN 2.0 or something.
Yeah. Did you see that they are going to update the internet?
2023.
They're going to update the internet. Wow, that sounds pretty impressive.
Firmware
Gonna buy
2.0.
some more RAM while they're there.
Yeah, download it.
Yeah,
Download faster
some more RAM.
speeds.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Just turn the dial up. I think that's how it
Yeah,
works, right?
that's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, the NBN. But with
You're going to
the-
fiber everywhere, was it?
Yeah, I think to
Or maybe
Yeah.
I read something different.
fiber to each household. Oh, if you ask for it, so it doesn't have to be
okay.
from the curb. or
Yeah, I'll
whatever.
take it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got it.
If you update your plan, then they will come and
Ah,
install
right,
it
right,
for
right.
you.
Give them more money, then they'll do
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah.
I think actually what I read was that it would be paid off by 2023. That fiber
Yeah,
to the node was going to be paid off by plans that
Right.
people are on by 2023,
Yeah.
which
Interesting.
is quite quick, I think, considering
Yeah.
that it was such a big project.
Yeah. Well, they've started to do this now just because of what's happened with COVID, that everyone's just wanting
Yeah.
internet.
Demand is so
Better. Well,
it's
high.
like
Yeah.
this is what the plan was originally.
This is why we should have just
Be like-
done this.
This is why we needed it.
Must be
Yeah.
politicians being like, "Oh wow, this internet is actually shit."
They're working from home and realizing,
Yeah,
oh wait,
they were
this was a bad
realizing.
investment.
They were right.
The people were right. Never heard
I
of it.
thought they just were complaining about their games.
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%, I bet you.
Who
We're cracking
initially
this right
did the
open.
plan? I forgot who initially did the
Oh,
plan. Was
God.
it Kevin? Was it Kevin Rudd who initially had the plan?
Yeah, I think it
I
was
think so.
Labour,
Yeah.
and the Liberals took over, and they were like, "We see
Yeah.
your plan, and we say
And
cheaper
we halve
option," and then we did this option
we
instead.
half it.
Nobody wants
Destroy it.
fast internet.
Fast internet? Why would you do that when you could buy a newspaper? That's
we are
more important,
literally-
kids.
We are literally 54th in the ranking of the countries that have internet. Like whether-
54. That's
Average.
Fourth.
Average
actually higher than I
internet
thought.
Yeah.
Right
We're
below.
under Ukraine.
Under Ukraine. Well, there you go,
Yeah.
Ukraine. I hope you guys are getting some good speeds because we aren't.
I heard that from the news.
There you go. There you go. Alrighty. Well, I guess that's probably gonna wrap it up for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It was lovely to have you all here today. Remember to check us out on all of our social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We also have a Discord server which you should join to ask us questions, please. Which is just the Discord. Then we'll take Australia ANZ Discord community. There's a link to it somewhere. It's fine. And of course, subscribe to us on YouTube unless you're watching this on YouTube. In which case, I hope you're already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed and you're watching us on YouTube and you got all the way to the end, I mean, you may as well just subscribe. Like, you've got this far. Like, reward yourself. Click that little button. Have a little bit of dopamine. You can have that one on me. It's on the house. And, you know, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? I feel like I missed something.
Discord?
No,
Did you
I
say
think I said
Discord?
Discord. I said Discord.
Say Twitch? I don't know.
Oh, Twitch.
just-
We sometimes stream this live. Twitch.tv/ANZ. If you like, you could go follow that as well. But yeah, everyone's playing with props while I'm doing this outro. Alright.
Jono started it.
Well, I guess we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
next time.
Bye. It's very enthusiastic.
Cheers, bruh.
Lovely.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty.
Thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end. We do hope you enjoyed this episode of Thermal Talk. If you want to join in the discussion or maybe even submit a topic for us to talk about in future, make sure to jump over to our Discord. We also do weekly giveaways there as well. Remember also that these video podcasts are available audio a week earlier. So jump over to our Spotify, SoundCloud, or Apple Podcasts to listen earlier, and we'll catch you on the next one.